The game that I chose to integrate into my language arts lesson was Kahoot. Kahoot makes learning fun, engaging, and impactful for students. With Kahoot, you can create fun learning games in minutes or choose from millions of existing games to introduce a topic, review, and reinforce knowledge, and run formative assessments. Kahoot is organized neatly. So I'm going to go to Discover just to find some Kahoots. So you can see that there are many subjects and categories to choose from. So there's subjects about history, there's language arts, math, science. So if I was looking for one for math, I would see the collection. And there are tons of Kahoots to choose from. The nice thing about this is that I can filter. So if I'm looking for a Kahoot for grades 3 to 5, I would select this and see what's available. Another nice thing about Kahoot is if I am looking for something, I can just type in what I was looking for, and most likely it's going to pop up, and I can preview that to make sure it's what I'm looking for. So I created my own Kahoot. So I'm going to go to Kahoots. And this is the one I created for this project. So this language arts Kahoot is used to assess my students' knowledge on our end of the unit assessment for the novel wholes. So in my Kahoots, I can go ahead and press play. For students to play, they can use any device such as a Chromebook, laptop, cell phone, or iPad. Students will go to kahoot.it and then enter the game pin to get started. Because we're currently teaching our students from home, the Kahoot can be played for virtual classrooms or for self-paced learning. For today, I'm going to select virtual classrooms. I usually select player versus player because it holds each student accountable and I can see data that shows their responses. So I'm going to do virtual classroom and then classic player versus player. So each student has their own Kahoot device. So this is the game pin that I'm going to need as a student to get into the game. So I'm going to copy that and then play it as if I was a student. So I'm going to put in that pin. I'm going to press enter. Then it's going to ask for a nickname. I'm just going to put in my last name. It says I'm in. So I'm going to go back to as if I was the teacher. So as students register, it will pop up on the screen and show that they have joined. You can verify their name or nickname to be sure that they are school appropriate, and hovering over it allows you to delete the name if it needs to be changed. So I can hover over my name. If that's not school appropriate, I can just click it and the student will have to put in a new one. You can also make sure that all students are included in the Kahoot by looking at the number on the left-hand side of the screen, and that shows the number of players. So for right now, it's just me, so only one player. But typically, for my class this year, I would be waiting on 24 players. So I have the Kahoot game displayed on the smartboard so all students can see. We're going to go ahead and get started by selecting the Start button on the right-hand side of the screen. This Kahoot has 16 questions. So the first question: why does Camp Green Lake not have a fence? So they do not have a fence because the boys will not run away. So I'm going to collect the yellow circle. So students will select what they think the correct answer is. On this screen, it shows the correct answer. And I'm going to push next. And on this screen, it shows the order of students and how many points they have. It can get competitive because the more points that you get, the quicker that you respond to an answer, the higher your level will be on the scoreboard. So students will try to get super quick and the correct answer so that their name will show up on the scoreboard spots. On my next question: what were the requirements for digging holes? The requirement was that the hole had to be as wide and deep as the shovel. So I'm going to select the red triangle and wait for the timer to be done. So again, select the color or letter of the correct answer. As the questions go along, I get data about who was getting the correct questions or incorrect and have those discussions to be sure why that answer is what it is. The data can also be used to make groups of students and for work to work with those students as needed. The questions and fun continue, and so does the data collection. This is an easy way to assess students on content and review materials, and this is why I included it in my lesson. Thanks for listening.